Look at my Batman, look at him. We have another sketchbook tour. This is a work sketchbook, as in it's the place where I take notes for work, but since I can't stop drawing, I just draw on it during my work breaks, or if I'm waiting for a render. I tested the paper with some highlighters to see if it would work. I started this on May 2023, and I drew some random castle from imagination. For some reason this image popped in my head, and I had to draw it. It's Breaking Bad fan art. Here's the crystal ship, and if you've seen the show, you know why the smoke is blue. I really enjoyed drawing the desert and the cactuses. We have a drawing of Jacob from Dead Island 2 here. He's just floating in a pool, and there's water zombies swimming around him. I tried to do the water texture refraction with the blue highlighter. This is a drawing of John Marston from RDR2, another game I really enjoyed. This is Arthur Morgan from the same video game. I tried to do some design with the smoke from the weapons. Here we have John again. I guess I was into drawing these characters back then. I also tried to turn the smoke of the cigarette into a nice design. This is Remulus, my werewolf character. This is Charles Smith, also a character from the Rockstar Western game RDR. Sorry, it's just easier to say RDR with my accent than to pronounce the entire name of the game. These are some random sceneries and western landscapes. You know, deserts, cactuses, all that kind of things. Two portraits of RDR characters, Charles and John. I tried doing a design with the vegetation around them, like some sort of frame using the vegetation. These are some random Caribbean landscapes, palm trees, mountains, and the beach. I drew Sadie Adler from RDR. In this sketchbook I tried to use highlighters for colors or to add accents to the drawings. Arthur from the same game. I tried inking this one, but I don't think it was necessary. I do prefer the pencil look. A western landscape using ink as well. Here I drew John again in his Mexican poncho, using highlighter to bring out the sketch. This is a scene from the RDR2 game, John, Charles, and Uncle. I really didn't like how Uncle was coming along, so you can see I just gave up here. A portrait of Arthur using leaves as a way to frame the portrait. Sadie and John sketches. I swear I have more than RDR sketches in this sketchbook, but at the time I was really into drawing them. More Sadie drawings, with her cowboy look and her look when she first joined the gang of outlaws. A portrait of Sadie, and I am using the cactus as a way to frame her portrait. Here I drew some more tropical landscapes. Jacob from Dead Island 2, but I didn't draw him so well. It's a very lazy sketch. I didn't add any details on his clothes or anything. Charles riding a horse. This is a mermaid or a sea monster creature. The color and the placement of the color that I gave her kind of reminds me of those gummy sharks, no? Sadie smoking. Like always, I tried using the smoke to do some nice flowy lines. A kind of failed portrait of John. Yep, I don't like this one. This is my main Hogwarts Legacy character, Miguel. He's a Slytherin, as you can probably tell with the outfit color. This one came out really nice, in my humble opinion. John and his horse. Some random western landscapes. All the cowboys together. I was thinking of them chilling at a bar. I tried drawing my Slytherin character flying on a broom, but I really don't like this drawing. Them four again, walking into the distance. Here I tried again my Slytherin flying on a broom. This one looks better in terms of the pose and the face. But I guess I didn't really polish this sketch. Arthur again. This is the time when they go to the Caribbean island of Guarma. He's just eating some beans out of a can and inspecting the local birds. These are Harry Potter, Ron, and this is supposed to be Hermione. But it's horrible. I don't like how she came out, so I tried redrawing her in another page. Them four again, chilling at a bar. This is my Slytherin again. I drew him wearing the dark wizard mask. I used this as a reference for a digital painting I did of him. I liked it so much that it's my avatar, and it's also my banner here on YouTube. Sketching John in his poncho again. I drew a desert as a background. These are the Hermione redraws I did. I think she looks so much better in this one. Much cuter too. Drawing Arthur in the Caribbean again. This is my vampire sim Boyo. I tried the yellow highlighter for the hair, but I think it's too strong. It's just a strange look. Them four again, in a happily ever after situation, just chilling together in the grass. But if you played the game, you know that it's not the ending we deserved. Sketching a Gaulois warrior. The Gaulois were the French Celts or Celts, as in the French before the Roman Empire colonized Europe. Another John sketch with short hair. I like how he looks with shorter hair. It's cool that you can customize him so much in the latest game. You can shave his beard, cut his hair, pick all his different outfits. You can even make him fatter if you fit him too much, or super skinny if you just don't fit him. It's like a perfect Tamagotchi. Here I drew some random landscapes, and this terrible portrait that I didn't even finish. It's just awful. Charles having a cup of coffee. This is Arthur, ready for war. Miguel, my Slytherin in Hogwarts Legacy again. This is another sketch I really like. I like the pose and the face. The green highlighter also turned out well. This is Lola Darepas. This is one of my magical sims. But here I drew her as if she was a student at Hogwarts. I wanted to create her as a Hufflepuff character in the Hogwarts Legacy video game, but I decided to create a guy instead, only because I knew I would be probably drawing the character a lot, and I like to draw men. This is the sketch I did for one of my Harry Potter illustrations of the first book. Here is the final. The final is done with egg tempera on mixed media paper. And you can see the rest of my paintings for the first book in my video. I put them all together and did a book illustrations tour. I drew a random centaur next. I like to add clothing and accessories to my centaurs. I think it looks cool. I also think their outfits and armors would be similar to the elves in Lord of the Rings, like the Mirkwood elves, that is, like Legolas and Tauriel, for example. This is Miguel again. The pose is not good, and I got the wrong ring for the Slytherin robe. This was supposed to be my character Versailles as a football player, like real football, not the American football. European football, I guess? But I didn't really finish it. Sad. It's just not a good sketch. It has a lot of proportion problems in my eyes. Here I drew some landscapes. I was thinking of Caribbean landscapes and some of the forts the Europeans built in the islands. Sketching. I was reading Vanity Fair at the time, the book by Thackeray, not the magazines, so I was drawing some of the characters. Same for these ones. Boyo, my vampire. Here I was reading David Copperfield, the book by Dickens. This is a little sketch of my vampire Pacific. My witch Lola again, in a more classical witch outfit. These are some random sketches that I really didn't finish. Another Gaulois warrior, an unfinished sketch. I mean, it came out ugly, I didn't even try to fix it. Few pages of notes, and here we have a mermaid, adding some definition with the highlighters. Some random mermaids. Another unfinished mermaid, and here I was planning a Little Mermaid illustration, since I read the original fairy tale recently. I was illustrating it. You can see the process in my early art logs. I haven't picked up the illustrations again. Maybe I will in the future. Sketching Draco Malfoy. This one is terrible, this one is better. Sketching one of my Gaulois characters. Another Gaulois character. Another warrior sketch. And here I did the thumbnail for one of my Harry Potter illustrations for the first book. It's Firenze saving Harry in the Forbidden Forest. I tried drawing Draco again in his wizard uniform and hat, and this I love the end result. He looks cute and evil at the same time. This is one of my characters. This is a necromancer character, and here is the thumbnail for another Harry Potter illustration. This is supposed to be the Little Mermaid, how I see her in my head as I read the story. All the illustrations I did of the story so far, you can see her face, so I wanted to sketch how she would look like, just to have it as reference for future illustrations of the story. This is my Gryffindor character in Hogwarts Legacy, D'Artagnan. Yes, I just took my version of D'Artagnan from the Three Musketeers book, and I turned him into a Gryffindor in the game. A random sketch. I don't even know what he's supposed to be. This one is terrible and unfinished. Another one of my characters, but I don't really draw her much. A random guy. A little sketch of D'Artagnan looking away. Another random sketch. A man with a rapier. Arapia I didn't even end up drawing. This I didn't even finish. In fact, I barely started. But you can tell it was going to be a Gulwa warrior. This is my Gryffindor character, I just didn't draw the face well. And here we have some thumbnails. I planned some of my illustrations of the Three Musketeers book by Alexandre Dumas. This ended up being the cover. And this is the scene I chose to illustrate for the first chapter. A random Gulwas, but it feels a bit lazy and unfinished. Another character of mine, but I don't like the face. Just some proportion issues there. A random merman or triton. I drew Joan of Arc praying here. This one came out nice, I think. Another one of my Gulwa characters. Some little thumbnails. And from here I decided to draw on the sketchbook whenever I wanted. Not only to use it for taking notes at work. This is my character Versailles as a knight. A Gulwa character. She is supposed to be like a druid. My werewolf Remulus. My Yakuza character Momochi. This is a random French knight. I really like this sketch. Another French knight. And another French knight. This one I didn't really like how the face turned out. This one is an Elven knight. Some random guy. On these ones, I was really trying to improve the way I draw faces. Just trying to practice the eyes and the noses while still doing a character drawing. Practicing drawing the hair too. This is a nobleman, I guess. This one I don't like. There is something wrong about the proportions of the face. Same with this one. Like the eyes are too far apart or not in the right place, for example. This one I like. It's like a fancy guy with a rabbit mask. A knight. More fantasy knights. This one is okay. Think maybe the nose could be improved. Some random guy. My Slytherin Miguel with his school blazer. Here I was practicing some more poses. Another knight. I like this puffy armor. I don't know the real name of it, but it didn't turn out too well on the arm with the perspective and the cylindrical form. This one I didn't even finish it, it's just so meh. Another knight. He looks like his name would be Lancelot. And some other random fantasy knight. For the last 4 pages I drew my Hogwarts Legacy wizards. So there's Versailles, my Ravenclaw. He's supposed to be from France. And I added the seal of each of their houses from the game in the background. This is Lalo, my Hufflepuff. He's from South America. This is D'Artagnan, my Gryffindor, also from France. And finally Miguel, my Slytherin from Spain. Thanks for watching and have a great day.